Welcome to Reading the Bible with Pastor. Today we're on Exodus chapter 14, starting at verse 21. And we had read last time that God was leading the people of Israel by a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire. When the Egyptian forces came upon them, the pillar of fire and pillar of cloud moved in between the Israelites and the Egyptians. And the Lord says to Moses that you will put your hand out over the sea and the waters will be separated and they will cross on dry land. We are now at that point when the Israelites will cross the Red Sea. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord drove back the sea by a strong east wind all night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the people of Israel went into the midst of the sea on dry ground, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. The Egyptians pursued and went in after them into the midst of the sea, all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And in the morning watched the Lord in the pillar of fire and of cloud, looked down on the Egyptian forces, and threw the Egyptian forces into a panic, clogging their chariot wheels, so that they drove heavily. And the Egyptians said, "Let us flee from before Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians." So here the Israelites and the Egyptians go into the midst of the waters there. The Israelites walk on dry ground. However, the Lord lets the ground become more muddied and clogs up the wheels of the chariots. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the water may come back upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen." So Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its normal course, when the morning appeared. And as the Egyptians fled into it, the Lord threw the Egyptians into the midst of the sea. The waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen. Of all the hosts of Pharaoh that had followed them into the sea, not one of them remained. But the people of Israel walked on dry ground through the sea, the waters being a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day from the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. Israel saw the great power that the Lord used against the Egyptians. So the people feared the Lord, and they believed in the Lord and in his servant Moses. The Israelites have crossed the Red Sea. The Egyptians have been destroyed by the waters of the Red Sea by God. We'll pick up next time with the Song of Moses in chapter 15 of Exodus. As always, please subscribe to the channel and share this with others so that they may also read the Bible with Pastor.